What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So I thought it was very interesting, the part where we saw Whis and the Oracle Fish, not only because of what the Oracle Fish did and how he didn't recognize gas as the strongest being in the universe, not only because Whis was being very suspect by giving giving gas directions to how to get back to planet Cereal. Those weren't the reasons I found it really, like, those were interesting things that happened, but they're not the most interesting. The most interesting thing that I took away from that scene was not about who was there, but about who wasn't there, right? Where is Beerus? Why isn't Beerus, why isn't Whis, the God of Destruction's attending the God of Destruction? Beerus should have been with Whis. Whis should have been with Beerus. I don't think there's been there's been very few occasions, because none of them are coming to mind. I really should start doing research before I record these videos, so I don't, come back like 5 minutes later after making the video like, oh, there he is, look like a complete asshat. But yeah, nothing is coming to mind where I've ever seen them really apart. That very rarely happens. I think there was, okay, so all right, I just thought of one. There was in the Broly movie. Beerus stayed with watching Pan while Whis went off with Goku and Vegeta and Bulma, right? So that has happened on occasion, but in the manga, I don't think it's really been a thing where you see them separate. That's usually not the case, because I'm of the belief that the anime and the manga are it's the same continually, but sort of like parallel universes where most of the same things are happening. They're only like an inch different, So my point is here, we've never seen it in the manga before, and I think there's a reason we haven't seen the manga, and I think there's a reason we're seeing it now. Something is happening behind the scenes. Something is going on that we aren't privy to just yet. And yeah, it could be something very mundane, something very trivial. Maybe Beerus is just taking a nap again. This dude does sleep. He's been awake for a while, but yeah, like Majin Buu, this guy just, will take a minute to just sleep for about 500 years. He does things like that. That's his MO. But what I think this is building more so, what I would say this is building more so towards, is actually the events of the next arc. We are getting close to the end of the Granola Saga. I know it seems like it's going forever, and honestly, there might be, more of it left than people think. But still, we're getting close to the end of the saga. It has to end at some point. Everything with the beginning has an ending. Okay, the Survivor arc will end, and if Toyotaro and the rest of the Dragon Ball, super staff has learned anything, they've learned that it's a good idea to start, leading into these arcs as, sooner than later. They sort of, spilled over into the next arc. From the Moro Saga to the Granola Survivor arc with the whole OG73 and the memories and all of that data and all the things. That's sort of how the previous arc spilled into the one we are now. But that wasn't really a lot of Easter eggs and building toward. There wasn't a lot of Easter eggs and building towards the Granola Survivor Saga, right? It wasn't like in the Galactic Patrol. Or in the Galactic Patrol prison, there was someone who mentioned Planet Cereal or the heaters, right? Or like man, if I get out of here, I gotta head to the heaters, try and find some work, or I've gotta the heaters have a bounty on me. I can't just leave here. It ain't safe for me nowhere. I'm safer here in the prison. We didn't get any kind of world building like that. Nothing that really led us into the next arc. But what if this is? What if that's what this is? Beerus' absence could very much well be. Sometimes I start talking and I'm like, are these actual words? I'm not sure. But yeah, Beerus' absence here may very well be the signs of what's coming in the next arc. This may be a hidden Easter egg that we all just weren't expecting and still aren't ready for because no one else is talking about it. So, in running with that theory, right? Running with the theory that Beerus' absence here, that Beerus is off doing something that's going to lead to whatever the big event of the next arc is, right? Or something instrumental, something important, relevant to the big event of the next arc, right? If we're running with that theory, It's like, well, then what's Beerus doing, right? Maybe Beerus is off with Broly, you know, maybe he's, you know, that they're tying in what's going on with a superhero movie. Maybe Beerus went to Planet Vampa to check in on Broly. Maybe it's something dealing more so with the, you know, the angels and the other gods of destructions or other universes. The possibilities really are endless, honestly. It could be something as trivial as, you know, hanging out with his brother, Champa. Maybe he's just over there, you know, they're getting into it, playing video games, reading manga, you know, some goofy Toriyama gag shit, you know. But it could be something very trivial, but I think it's actually something bigger, you know, or rather I would like for it to be something bigger. It's on my wish list, you know. Like I should make a video just talking about my wish list for the next arc of Dragon Ball Super, right? That sounds like a fun video to make. But hey, you know, just a real quick short video here just to point out this little hidden Easter egg that I think is actually, you know, could be saying a lot more than everyone else thinks it is. This could be a very, very early sign here of just what is to come next arc. And you know, I really like the beginning of Dragon Ball Super arcs. Like they really do start off with so much intrigue and such a bang, and then, you know, somewhere down the line they lose a little bit of steam. But hey, I think they're getting better with each arc. Like each arc is getting better, you know, in subtle ways. Like overall, I would say the Moro arc is probably better than the Granola the Survivor arc still, but the Granola Survivor arc isn't done yet. So, you know, who knows? Like they still might come, you know, do something in this final act where it's like, oh wow, yeah, that was the best, you know, Dragon Ball Super manga arc to date, you know. So I think they're getting better each arc, and that's good reason to think that this next arc, the one following the Granola Survivor arc, is definitely going to be like it may be the redeeming arc. Like it finally just, you know, finally they put the pieces together and they just get Dragon Ball Super back on track, and it's the fandom isn't divided anymore, and it's just like, oh, the second coming, or rather the third coming of the Dragon Ball Renaissance has arrived, you know. But what do you think Beerus is up to? Why do you think he wasn't there? Let me know in the comments, guys. Like and subscribe. We just passed 600 subscribers not too long ago. Let's keep that momentum. Let's keep it going. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.